Settled into my hammock now, but it is a windy one. I got the tarp hunkered down about as good as I can. Well, I was right about the wind. It is like 4 a.m. and they just issued a special weather statement saying gusts up to 30 to 40 miles per hour.
Hold on a second. This trip actually started a couple of days ago, and this video is the story of our trip. See, we started off on the wrong foot. We couldn't find our shuttle driver. We were lost in the mountains of eastern Kentucky trying to do this Pine Mountain Scenic Trail. I made an all trails map of it after backpacking with Jason invited me to go on this trip. Myself and his friend Scott, there seemed like so many cool things to check out. And so we headed off on the adventure.
The trail's right here. I remember that now.
Wow. We're here. We made it to Pine Mountain Scenic Trail, and Eagle Arch is the first thing that is a stop. But it's pretty foggy today, so not the best of weather. Can't really see it a whole lot, but that's okay. Onward we march. We're right on the border of Kentucky and Virginia out here, hiking through this mist. Not the greatest of weather, but it's supposed to be better tomorrow. I'm excited because we're on a 3-day journey, just got dropped off. We're on the way.
We continued on hiking in the rain and mist until we reached our first obstacle, the lemon squeezer.
I think I'm the biggest.
Come on, Dave. Let's go. I keep the pack off.
Taking your pack off?
I couldn't get through it.
It got squeezed.
My arms were too big.
Man, you ain't gonna make it with that back.
I'm gonna get a running start. I think I can make it. You ready?
Oh, he's in the squeeze. Oh my goodness, you went right through it, right through it. I got squeezed in.
With lemon squeezer conquered, we were off to our next stop, which was Baker Rock, where we took a quick break because we had only hiked about 3.5 miles and we started to see a little blue in the skies. We wanted that first view at Mars Rock.
Up to your left, blue sky. Spooky. That's the tops of the trees. It is a long way down, but you can't really see anything. It's so cloudy up here. You got Mars Rock right here. Oh, we're starting to get a little peek into what the mountains look like. It is happening.
So there we go. Look, it's coming off. Look, it's going off.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, praise you, Jesus. All right.
Wow.
After driving to the trail through rain for hours and then starting our hike in a cloud, we just felt pure joy as we got our first kiss by the sun. The sunshine was short-lived and we had to get a move on because we were checking out Thundering Cliffs and then finding a campsite as the day was starting to get late.
Rest my 51-year-old legs for a second. All right, there I go. Grind mode, grind mode. Got this 5-pole.
Thundering Cliffs is pretty cool. That's it behind us. You kind of walk along it for a little stretch of the trail as the trail pretty much contours along the sides of all the hills through here.
In a haste to reach camp before dark, we knew we'd went too far once we reached Slip and Slide Rock and had to turn around.
Oh my, it's over here. Swindoll campsite, we passed it. Oh my goodness. Celebrate good times, come on. Dude, it is almost dark. This is the view as I set up my hammock. It is getting dark quick. I got my headlamp on, but I'm kind of right in the middle of setting everything up. Got to get out my underquilt and all of that. Jason's over here sitting up too. And Scott is over there setting up his professional tent.
It was slim pickings for the firewood, but we got enough to make ourselves a little fire and hang out and eat some grub. I ate some right on trek while Scott made a burrito with Taco Bell fire sauce, and everything seemed to be going fantastic until Jason sat down.
Yeah, we can fix that, man.
That can't be fixed.
So tell us what happened. Tell us what happened.
I have to get my glasses on. I sat down and it sunk. And then when it sunk, it just snapped. Bro, tell me please what happened. It's not because of my weight. It's not because of my weight. It's because it's so either A, it was sunk, or B, it was his weight. Get out. Y'all get out.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out.
Those laughs set the mood for the rest of the night, where we just hung out, ate our food, and looked forward to the scenic views of tomorrow.
Look at the view.
You should go over here and check it out from the top here.
This is the view just from my hammock. That is wild. We're at the edge of the world. Let's make me some coffee. Get the day started. We're gonna get some views today, boys. Thought I'd show y'all my little poor man's pour over coffee technique here. Just got a hole in the bottom of the Starbucks. She's working. We're headed out of camp. We're leaving a little bit of firewood for the next peeps. Thank you to whoever left us some. We just couldn't burn it all last night, and my tarp was so close. That's Virginia right there. And on the other side, my old Kentucky home. How crazy. Wow. Yeah, this is super slick last night when we were walking on it. You were slipping and sliding. My butt is so dirty.
We quickly reached Slip and Slide Rock from the previous day, and we kept pushing on to May King Knob, which is the highest point on the trail and had some cool things to check out.
May King Knob radio station up here. Letcher County, shout out.
WIFX Radio, your station for classic country music, as in Conway Twitty and Hank Williams Jr.
We took a little peek at the map and saw that Wildcat Rock, which was a scenic view, was coming up, and then we were so excited because we were about to hit Adena Springs Shelter and especially the Privy.
I think that this might be our last water source for the trip. Look at the little bird nest tucked away up here. I don't know. We're headed up to eat some lunch at the Adena Shelter. Hoping it's not too much further. Shout out to our shuttle driver. Left some water up there. We filtered some. We kind of topped off. We're going to roll out of here after having lunch. Hitting the Privy. Marvelous.
I'll give the Privy experience a 10 out of 10. We had about 8 miles left until we reached the vehicle, and with one more night on trail at Keegan Campsite, we had our eye on a storm that was rolling in, so we had to head to camp and get set up in preparation for it.
We're out here. We have everything set up at camp. We're finally done for the day. After a long day of hiking, we're just going to relax and hang out, have a fire, and I'm going to listen to a little music, which is where today's video sponsor comes in, TronSmart. This Bluetooth speaker I've been using for a while now. I don't really like to break it out while we're actually hiking on trail, but whenever we're out here in the woods, we're all by ourselves and we're chilling, having a good time, a little music, it's fun. So I'm going to be using this speaker tonight. It is my luxury weight. It weighs 11 ounces, 11 and a half ounces, which is about 328 grams if you're wanting to do metric system. But it's waterproof, has a rating of IPX7, so you can beat it up in the woods, and the battery power lasts for like 20 hours, so it's not going to die on me out here. So only thing left to do is to chill and relax. You can check out the link in the description, pick out whatever color you want if you want to check them out and buy one, but it's time to have a little fun. Scott, you're making filet mignon over the fire with potatoes over there in aluminum foil. I'm eating a dehydrated meal. Jason, you eating mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese with it. I feel awful. He's got the,
Man,
look how big that is.
still quite windy. How is the filet?
I'm checking. I do want to bite that.
There's your bite. You gonna taste test it?
Now or later? Is that too big or too little?
We hung out around the fire and enjoyed our meal, but the wind continued to increase as we wound down for bed.
Well, it's gotten a little interesting for me. I'm all settled into my hammock and stuff, and I was before, and my strap on my head end just totally gave out. My body just thudded to the ground, but now I have everything cinched back up. I'm hunkered down. It's a windy night. I got the tarp hunkered down about as good as I can, but I still have my underfoot protector kind of flapping in the wind. It's a little annoying, but put in some headphones and try to fall asleep here. Maybe listen to a podcast. It's been a good night. Well, it's right about the wind. It is like 4 a.m. and they just issued a special weather statement saying gusts up to 30 to 40 miles per hour.
That might have been the scariest night in a hammock that I've had, because you could hear the tree limbs falling around you while all you did was pray for dawn to break and the storm to calm.
Morning, everybody. I survived the night. It is still really, really windy. I need to get up and get off this ridge top. This is how I had to readjust my tarp. Close the doors, and if you look in here, I got my hammock, and that side of the tarp was blowing directly against my face. Cut up, stuck that pole under it, and was hoping that it didn't rain so much that it would have a big pull over there and I'd keep having to knock it out. Here's my gear failure, my strap. That's the second one. Happened to me in Vermont as well. Get the show on the road here. Get out of this wind, get off this ridge top. Do have a fine view this morning and a little bit of blue in the sky. We're headed out, we're headed to the car. Let's get a move on, baby. All packed up, ready to go.
It was time to crank out the last 5 miles of our trip. Even though the wind would not let up, we wouldn't let it deter us. There were a few more things to see and some nature to experience.
A homemade deer stand here, running Poplar Holler, it's called.
As we closed in on the vehicle, we got to check out the massive rock fortress, along with the absolutely beautiful and stunning scenic view of Twin Cliffs. That was right before we got to Jack Sauter campsite.
This campsite's only about 1.5 miles or so from the vehicle, but it's got a fire ring, it's got a place to hang your bear bags up there, it's got a few tent pads. This one right here is legit. I don't think there's any water though. I could be wrong, could be totally wrong, because there's a blue blaze. That might lead you down there, I'm not sure. Man, the storm behind me is kind of rolling in. It is gray, and there is a little tickle on the back of my neck because I can feel the sprinkles. We're getting so much closer to the vehicle. Try and get out of here before we get wet, hopefully. Are we there yet? Pound Gap. Celebrate time. That marks the end of our journey. We're done with the Pine Mountain Trail. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give the video a like, subscribe, and kick the notification bell for the latest notifications. We'll see you in the next one.